What's going on, guys? Squeebs here. 12 games today. I got Doc Lock with me.
What's
How's
up?
it going, man?
Pretty good. How about you?
Miami Hurricanes.
You right.
Number 3.
Number 3, baby. I mean, it's the defense, baby. The turnover chain.
Close game yesterday.
It was close. But you know,
I thought
the defense
UVA
always pulls it out.
I thought UVA was going to pull that one out.
Nah, it's all about the defense.
All right, we got 12 games today, as I said. Do quarterbacks first?
It's fine with me.
All right, you can go ahead.
All
What do
right.
you like?
So, my studs of the day. Alex Smith, Carson Wentz. Okay? I don't think I've ever said Carson Wentz is my stud of the week.
Neither have I.
Because I don't know why we haven't. I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league right now. Okay? He throws for over 300 yards almost every game. Has at least 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns every game. He has Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz. I mean, what else can you ask for from a quarterback? He does it all.
He does. And people are going to say you're a Redskins fan, it's biased. It's not. I always thought there was going to be a sophomore slump. It wasn't. They're a great team. I never thought that he had the weapons that he... at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh, he doesn't have... I never thought Ertz was a great player, but he's a great player.
He's a great player.
He's a red zone stud. Aguilar's definitely had a really good season. I'm predicting a huge game tonight. Probably 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. I think he gets about 35 fantasy points.
Yeah, I think he's worth the price. He's at like 8,700 or something?
8,700, he's a must-play.
I think he's a must-play for me, absolutely.
He doesn't turn the ball over.
Nope.
Dallas' defense is kind of pitiful.
Yeah, I
No Sean Lee today. So
no Sean Lee. I think I was looking at it. Dallas' defense is like 19th, 18th against quarterbacks. I mean, that's good enough for me because with Carson Wentz, that pushes up to like 27th in the league in defense.
I'm predicting not 1, 2 touchdowns between Ertz and Wentz today.
See, I'm going to change that from Ertz. I'm going Alshon Jeffrey. 80 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What is that Aguilar today?
I think it's like a nice 4 catches, 40 yards. Like just one of those like
not a big game.
One of those like pace changing wide receivers today. Need a first down here or there. But I think it's a big Alshon Ertz day. But I'm going with Alshon.
All right.
Because of the price.
You mentioned Wentz. You mentioned Alex Smith. I'm going a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yes, Minnesota's great. Great defense.
Yes. Okay.
Kirk Cousins did it. I think Goff does it even more.
Okay.
I think Goff explodes. Defense is very good, but they're 13th against the pass. Not that great. They're average defense. I think Goff throws for 400 yards today.
Wow.
3 touchdowns.
That's bold.
He's going to connect with Robert Woods. Cooper Kupp's going to have a pretty good day today.
Okay.
I like Jared Goff. He's under $8,000. So I think he's not a cheap option, but compared to Tom Brady and Wentz and all those guys, I think he can go low, and I think Goff's going to have a pretty good day today.
Okay.
I like Goff. Before we get off to another position, you're going to sit there and say, what are you talking about?
Okay, your sleeper is different than mine.
Nathan Peterman.
Okay.
Tyrod Taylor's not playing today. They had a change of heart, and I like the change of heart.
Really?
I do. This guy can throw the football. He came in last game 7 for 10. He had a touchdown pass, 79 yards. He's a pocket passer.
Was it a 79-yard touchdown pass?
No, he threw for 79 yards.
Okay.
He's a pocket passer, and I like this for the Bills. I don't like the way Tyrod Taylor ran the offense. I like the way Peterman's going to run it today. 20th defense ranked for the Chargers. They've been playing well recently. You said that, but I just think that Peterman's going to have a day today. I think he's going to take this team where it needs to go. Okay. It's going to be a change of heart, and I like it. I think Peterman connects with Benjamin for 2 touchdowns today. I think Peterman has a really good day.
Benjamin.
And Benjamin's gonna come off today. I also like the tight end, O'Leary. I don't love Clay, but I like O'Leary to have a pretty good day today. I think Peterman's a good sleeper. I think you should put him in your lineup.
Okay, so I'm going to go to my sleeper since you went to yours. I have 2. Okay. I don't think I've played one of them at all this year. So I got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, God. Now I'm going to go to the other side of the ball. Jay Cutler.
Oh, God.
Tampa Bay is one of the worst defenses against wide receivers. Okay? One of the worst. And they're 10th worst against the quarterback. I feel like Jay Cutler, and I'm pairing him with Devontae Parker.
Why not Landry?
So, I was looking at it, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers give up more fantasy points to the outside wide receivers than slot receivers. And Jarvis Landry plays a slot about 70% of the time. Okay, so I'm going big Devontae Parker today on the outside.
Kenny Stills is playing as well.
He is, but I'm not feeling that risk because I like Parker's price at $6,200. So I'd rather pay for Parker than pay $1,000 or $1,300 less for Stills.
Let me ask you a question. What about? I know Texans have had injuries. They have had the biggest blows to this season.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback, Watt, all those guys. Blaine Gabbert starting today against one of the probably worst defenses against quarterbacks.
I just don't like playing quarterbacks on their first week.
Right.
That's why I don't like Petterman because I haven't seen him play really.
Yeah.
Play like a quarter.
He did.
And I think it's a heavy McCoy. That's why I don't like Petterman. But I probably won't go Gabbert. It's just not a risk I'm willing to take today when I feel like I can get great value out of Cutler and Fitzpatrick.
Who do you think wins today? Texans, Cardinals.
Hell if I know.
Both atrocious teams.
Hell if I know. Probably the Texans.
Peterson have a day today, maybe?
Patrick Peterson?
No, Adrian Peterson.
Oh, Adrian Peterson? I don't see it happening. It's going to have to be Fitz, a lot of Fitz and Gabbert. So that's why I just don't see it happening.
I really think that Savage could come out today with Hopkins. I think that could. I'm not going to play Savage, but I'd watch out. Savage could
see. I think it's going to be a really low scoring game because, Houston's defense isn't what it was in the beginning of the season, but it's still an up to par defense, and the Cardinals still have an up to par defense. So I feel like it could be like a nice 17-14, 17-16 type of game.
It'll be probably one of the worst games today. Running backs. I'm gonna start this off. It's probably the same as you, everyone else. Kareem Hunt, not been playing well lately. He's been not very good, but he's going against one of the worst teams in the league, one of the worst defenses in the league. He's gonna blow up today. I think he gets about 200 scrimmage yards, 2 touchdowns. 31st defense in the Giants, 30th in the rush, 30th in the pass. They're a bad team.
They're very bad.
Could this be a blowout? And could you see some gigantic West?
See, I think that the Chiefs' defense isn't as good as it was before.
Right.
Okay. So I feel like Eli can still throw for 300 yards.
To who?
He might throw 2 picks.
To who?
See, that's
Evan
where
Ingram?
I don't know.
Travaris King.
Chiefs are a top 10 defense against tight ends, so I don't think it's an Evan Ingram day. I think he has 8 catches, but for 60 yards.
It's probably gonna be one of those guys like Roger Lewis and all those guys.
We don't know who's going to be. That's why I'm not really focusing on the Giants. But I feel like the Giants can score 14, 17, 20 points and keep it close to where they have to keep Hunt in so they can keep that explosive plays coming.
Right.
So I feel like it's a great day for Hunt. And the news to Sterling Shepard, that's why I'm going all Hunt. But before I was Alex Smith, Travis Kelce all day. But now you have to go Hunt because you do have to prepare for that blowout where they run the ball a lot.
Other than Kareem Hunt, I like Todd Gurley.
See, I don't.
I like Todd Gurley because he's consistent.
Okay.
You know, you're going into these games and you're putting in guys that are just not consistent players. I mean, you're looking at Melvin Gordon, LaShawn McCoy, not consistent players.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather play a guy in Todd Gurley that's going to get you about 15-20. And the reason I say that is because the Rams' offense flows. And it flows within Goff. The play action works. They run the ball very, very well. I don't necessarily look at, they're playing a third defense in the league. Gurley's a beast. He's going to get the red zone. There's no one else in the Rams is going to run the ball. So when they get in the red zone, Gurley's going to get 2 touchdowns. He might not get 100 rushing yards, but he's getting you 12, 15 points.
See, what scares me is in that game log, we had 11 rushes last week against a terrible Houston defense.
But he still had 16 points.
But 11 rushes.
I don't know. I just feel like today it's a day where you're looking at running backs, and I don't love Fournette. No. Ingram I don't love against the Redskins, to be honest.
I don't like Ingram.
LaShawn McCoy's iffy. I like LaShawn McCoy in a way that he could go off, but he could dud and get you a 7 or 2 or 11.
Okay.
So for me, it's Gurley and Hunt. I just like playing them together and getting about 40 out of both of them together, maybe 45.
So my studs, I'm paying up at running back today. You heard my spiel before about wide receiver. I'm going Parker, stuff like that. I'll tell you about my sleepers later. But running back I'm paying up for, okay? So all my lineups are going to have stud running backs. Right. So I'm going Kareem Hunt. I'm going Melvin Gordon, my favorite play of the day, by far, in any position. Okay? And then I got LaShawn McCoy. Because Petterman, I think it's a heavy Sean McCoy day.
Yeah.
Sean McCoy. I think it's screens, halfback draws. I think it's a ton of that. And then Alvin Kamara. Okay. I'm sorry. We're not good.
I think he scores twice.
I think he scored 3 times.
No,
I think he has 8 catches.
Here's my view on the Redskins game. This is how it's gonna go. It's gonna be 14-0. I think Kirk has a pretty good day. I'm not necessarily playing Kirk. I don't love him that much, but I think he has a pretty good day. He played good against the Vikings. We're a team where we play up to good teams.
Okay.
So that's what I think today. At first I was like, we might get smacked. The Saints are the best team in the NFC, I think, other than the Eagles. But we play up to good teams. I think Kirk has a good day. I think Chris Thompson plays well. I don't think that the Saints beat us by 2 touchdowns. I think they win about 24-17. I think Kamara has about 1 or 2 touchdowns. It might be a shootout, which for me I'm saying Michael Thomas is the play for the Saints because I think they passed a lot. Because our defense is pretty good against the run. It's not terrible.
See, I don't like Michael Thomas today.
But our defensive backs suck.
Yeah, but Breeze.
I think Thomas is the thing that Thielen did. I think Ginn could do the same thing that Diggs did.
See, for me, look back at the Vikings game. They have Thielen and they have Diggs.
Right.
Okay. Look at the Saints. They have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas, Coleman, Ginn, Fleener.
Yeah.
There's so many options to spread it around to, where in the Vikings game, he was staring at Thielen and Diggs the entire time.
They don't have many.
That whole second and third quarter, it was, we're stealing. Brees is like, okay, who's open? Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not in love with Michael Thomas, especially at his price when he's the highest price receiver today.
What's your...
and he's going to be really high owned.
What's your difference between Kamara and Ingram? What's the difference?
So, as you were saying, we play up to our competition.
Right.
Okay, so I think it's going to be a really high scoring game. It's going to be a lot of passing. Okay. So, I think in the first two or three drives, they're going to try to establish the run with Ingram.
Probably, because
it's not going to work.
They play good play action.
It's not going to work. So they're going to go to Kamara, the third or fourth drive. And he's going to burst one. 25, 30 yards. Okay. They're going to start throwing it. He's going to have 6 catches for 70 yards by halftime. And be like, you know what? Let's roll with Kamara.
Right.
That's just what I see happening. I think they're going to try to establish Ingram in the beginning, and it's just not going to work because our run defense is pretty good this year. And I just think they go to Kamara early, and he takes it and runs with it today.
All right. I'm going to talk about my sleeper running back, who I love. And that's Jamal Williams.
I don't like it.
Jamal Williams is playing against a team that is terrible against the rush. He's got no other... He's the lead guy now in Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So he's getting all the carries. He's got 20, 25 carries today, I think. Because Huntley's terrible. And they're going to run the ball because they're playing a team that's not good against the run. They're going to establish it early. I think Williams gets about a touchdown in the first quarter. I think he really scored in the first quarter. 28th against the rush. I think they beat the Ravens today. And because the Ravens aren't a great team, they're an okay team. Huntley's he played well last week. He played okay. He doesn't throw touchdowns, that's the thing. So they got the score off the run. So I think Williams has a pretty good day today. I think he scores twice.
But didn't Huntley throw 2 touchdowns last week?
No.
1?
They scored 1 touchdown. That was late in the game. He throws a lot of picks, so I think they're going to run the ball a lot. And Baltimore's good against the pass. So I don't think they're going to want to pass the ball a lot. I think he does about 15 times. I think he runs about 25. I think Williams has a good day. And he's low priced, $5,600. He's going to get you about 10, 15 points.
Okay, so when I first was looking at this slate, I liked Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
But then I looked deeper into it. The Ravens really aren't that bad against the rush. Okay? They have only given up 984 yards this year.
But 6 touchdowns.
Okay? 984 yards, which isn't even in the top 10 worst. Okay? Actually, it's third worst. Just kidding.
Yeah, they're
but only 6 touchdowns. There are teams that have given up 10, 7, 8.
It's going to be 8 today.
But I just don't see it happening. I feel like Williams gets a lot of his usage off of receiving yards sometimes too. Doesn't he have like half his yards as receiving yards?
He could do well in receiving today too.
But the Ravens don't give up that many yards to receiving backs. And their defense really isn't that bad. If you look at the beginning of the season,
it's pretty bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but as of lately, it's been.
But see, I have other running backs at this price where I would rather take it.
Well, I like that you said that because I was looking at someone else. I want to ask you, Kenyon Drake and Damian Williams.
I think it's a Drake day.
It could be a Drake day
because I think it's pass. And I think even if Miami does start pulling away from Tampa, Drake is the better inside rusher. I think he's able to find the holes better. I think he's more explosive back. And I just don't
Well,
think Jamie Williams has been that productive rushing the ball.
In the past, though, you said that in the past Williams gets more. I
don't think he does.
Bring up Drake. Williams 2 receptions last game of 20 yards. 6 the game before that. They're about the same.
2 games ago, Drake had 6 receptions.
Yeah, so did Williams for 47 yards. They're about the same. They play about the same.
But see, I think Drake is a more productive
Yes,
rusher.
he's gonna start, and he's gonna start the game. He's gonna get off good rushes.
I think Drake is the better running back today, but that's not even my sleep. He's one of my sleepers, but not my top sleeper. Running back.
I like Williams as my sleeper today.
My sleeper, Rex Burkhead.
I thought about it, but
Rex Burkhead. Okay, I think this game's a shootout. I don't think Patriots blow Oakland out.
Definitely not.
So I think it's a heavy pass game today, and I think Rex Burkhead's on the great side of that. If he gets to go Gronk, Rex Burkhead day. Okay.
Gronkowski, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Love Gronkowski.
All right.
Third worst team against tight ends.
Let's go to wide receivers. Who's your favorite wide receiver today?
I don't really have a favorite wide receiver. I'm mixing and matching a lot.
I have. Then let me.
I already know who your favorite is.
My favorite wide receiver is a guy, 2nd receiving yards in the league right now. He's consistent. He's getting you about 15, 20 every game. They're playing a team that's 20th in defense, 25th against the pass. He's getting you 14 receptions. So he's gonna catch the ball at least 10 11
14
times.
receptions mean 14 targets?
14 targets. He's gonna get the ball out 10 times.
Okay.
Because he doesn't drop the ball.
He doesn't.
He's getting you over 100 receiving yards, and that's an easy money. So that's 10 points right there. Like I said earlier, this is the game Tom Savage is going to come out. He's going to say, well, I've got to lead this team. I've had a couple games to get things going. I know Will Fuller's out, yes. I think Bruce Ellington could play well.
Sleeper.
You saw him last week. He targeted him 7 times. He liked him. I think he could go off too. But I think him and Hopkins have created a bond the last couple of games. I think he's going to get Hopkins for about 2 touchdowns today.
Okay. I mean, he's one of my studs. I am definitely playing him. But how I was saying earlier, I'm paying up at running back.
You're playing mid-tier
wide receivers. And my mid-tier wide receivers, okay? Devontae Parker, as I said earlier, with Jay Cutler. Michael Crabtree.
Yeah,
okay?
I like him too.
New England is awful against the pass. They are 3rd worst team against wide receivers, okay? I was looking at it. They gave up most of their passing yards to the outside wide receivers, and it's to the number 1 wide receiver, okay? And if you ask anyone right now who the number 1 wide receiver for the Oakland Raiders is right now, who would you say?
It's Crabtree.
Absolutely. Most people would say Amari Cooper.
No.
But it's not. He drops the ball way too much. You can't rely on him in fantasy.
Crabtree's
So I'm going
consistent.
straight Crabtree, and I think he gets 2 touchdowns today with probably 8 to 10 receptions.
I agree with you on Crabtree, and I like the mid-tier options today.
I love him.
I've got someone who is just no one thinks about. He's consistent, and he plays for a team that plays behind a lot.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to go with Jeremy Maclin at wide receiver today.
Okay.
Playing a defense that's not good. This is going to be a close game. I talked about Jamal Williams, Green Bay. I think Baltimore plays from behind. I think their defense gets them back into it a little bit. Maybe gets a pick off Hundley. I think they're going to pass a lot today. Green Bay's 21st against the pass. I think Macklin's the number 1 option for the Ravens.
Okay.
People would argue Perriman. I don't love Perriman.
No, he drops the ball too much.
Macklin doesn't drop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting targeted. He catches every ball. I think he gets 100 receiving yards and a touchdown today in Green Bay. Gets you about 15, 20 points. I like Macklin at $6,000. Good.
See, I would rather pay for Parker $200 more.
I wouldn't. You know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because Parker's got Landry. He got Stills. Macklin's got no one.
Okay.
So Macklin's getting the ball. Parker might not. I think Macklin outscores Parker today. I'll bet you on that.
Really? Is that our bet of the day?
That's the bet of the day. I think Macklin outscores
Bet of the
Devontae
day.
Parker.
Devontae Parker outscored Macklin.
And I'll bet that with you, but I'll bet that with you guys. I think Macklin outscores any one of the Dolphins. That's Landry, Parker, and Stills. Macklin will have more fantasy points than any of those guys today.
Wow. Bold prediction of the day.
Jerry Macklin.
Okay. I'm going to go to my sleeper wide receiver.
Who you got?
And I'm going to bet this guy outscores Macklin.
Who?
Dontrell Inman.
Wow.
Dontrell Inman. Hear that name again? Dontrell Inman. The number 1 wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. Okay? Detroit, terrible against the wide receivers. Okay. Last week, 8 receptions, 8 targets, 6 receptions, 88 yards. I think he does it better this week. 11 targets, 9 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown.
Wow.
Okay. It's my big, bold prediction of the day.
I'm heavy Lions, so I like the Lions' defense today. I think every game that the Bears and Lions play, it's always close. It's a big game for those guys. Division matchup. Stafford doesn't play well against the Bears. I think today it's changed. I think the Bears lose this game by a lot. I don't think the Bears score.
We going for another bet?
I think we're gonna do something different today. We're gonna do a bet on the games. Okay, one game, Lions Bears. Who you got?
Bears win.
Score.
Bears win 27-21.
I think the Lions win this game 27-6. 2 field goals for the Bears.
What?
No scores. 27-6. Lions Bears.
Bears.
Bold prediction game right there. Let me talk about when we talk about that game, I want to talk about the Lions receivers. Golden Tate, Marvin Jones.
Not playing either.
Okay. For me, it's more Golden Tate than Marvin Jones, and I'll tell you why.
I'll agree with that.
Golden Tate gets you about 18, 14, 10, 19. He's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets targeted about 8 times a game.
Yeah.
Marvin Jones' usage has gone up lately. But I like Tate today because the Bears' defense is terrible.
They are actually the 11th best defense against wide receivers.
Yeah, but you're playing against 2 guys that are just big receivers. I don't think the Bears can cover them. I really don't. One of them's gonna have a big day, and I think it's gonna be Tate.
So I do have a counter question to your
What?
Golden Tate Marvin Jones thing today.
What's up?
If you think it's gonna be 27-6, why not Amir Abdullah? Why so much Golden Tate?
Because okay, who's
blowout?
Who's
See, I'm looking at this Bears defense wide receivers. The wide receivers against the Bears are only targeted 165 times compared to teams like the Eagles where it's 210.
I'll tell you why.
Because why aren't you playing?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, why?
This is why. I had researched this before because I knew this question was gonna come up, and I knew I was gonna pick the Lions in this game. And I knew I was gonna pick Tate and Jones. The Lions throw the ball 77% of the time on all red zone plays. If they're getting in the red zone, one of those 2 guys are getting the ball, and they're gonna score because the Bears defense is terrible red zone defense, and the Lions are gonna throw the ball 77% of the time. And I'm gonna tell you that right now. Tate and Jones each get 1 red zone touchdown today. They're each going to get 2 touchdowns today, both over 100 yards.
So what, the Bears are going to win 31-28 then?
Nope. All right, let's go to tight end.
We didn't even talk about Bruce Ellington.
Go ahead.
Bruce Ellington, dude.
I mentioned him.
You mentioned him, but
How
can you not?
They've connected well together lately. 7 catches.
He cost like $4,700, I'm pretty sure. How do you not play him? Last week, didn't he have 9 targets last
I
week?
think he had 9. He caught the ball 7 or 8 times.
I think he's a must play if you're not playing players like Dontrell Inman. He had 8 targets last week and a touchdown. I mean, this is gonna be, if it's not 10-7, it's gonna be 38-34.
Okay.
Because these defenses are so bad right now. And I feel like they're gonna throw the ball so much that who else is Savage going to target? Hopkins can't get 25 targets.
I love Ellington today. Love Ellington.
Okay.
But I think people are looking at Ellington, why? Because he's cheap.
Yeah.
I have another guy that's cheap. Yes, they're playing in bad weather today, I think. I heard that. Bad weather today. Bortles has been playing well lately. Marquise Lee is the guy in Jacksonville. And people are talking about, oh, D.D. Westbrook's back. D.D. Westbrook is off the IR, whatever, injury report, whatever. He's come back. Keelan Cole could have.
He's never topped 8 fantasy points.
But he gets targeted a lot. And he's going to play
It's
off
snowing.
It is snowing, but he's going to play off the side. Last week I saw him. He had a couple screen passes. He's fast. He's quick. I think he gets off the outside for a touchdown today. It's either him or Ellington. I like Ellington, but for me, it's quarterback play, and Bortles is a lot better than Savage's. I'm going with Keelan Cole over Ellington today.
Okay, so why, if it's snowing and 30-mile-an-hour winds, would you not just run Fournette 44 times?
Do you like Fournette today?
I do not.
How do you think they're going to score?
Because he can fumble.
You think
It's snowing.
What do you think this outcome is going to be at this game?
13-3.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what the weather is today. But I like.
Unless, like, Kaiser fumbles and a pick six and a
Jacksonville's
28-3.
Jacksonville's defense.
We'll get to that later.
All right. Tight ends. We're both going to be the same here. Zach Ertz.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. I said earlier, Alshon Jeffrey.
All right, you go ahead. Who's your tight end besides Gronkowski? Gronkowski.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Okay. Travis Kelce. I don't think you could say it any easier. He scores a touchdown almost every game. He has scored a touchdown 3 out of the last 3 games. Okay. Before that, 4 out of the last 6. Okay. The Giants' defense have given up a touchdown to tight ends in 8 straight games. 8 straight games. So you're telling me that the third best tight end, I'll give Gronk and Ertz their due, is not going to score a touchdown against a team that's given up a touchdown to a tight end in 8 straight games.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
100 yards, touchdown, 9 receptions.
What's the difference between you're saying that Kelsey's getting a touchdown every game, but Ertz gets 2 sometimes? He gets a touchdown. He's had 5 touchdowns the last 4 games. Then he had 1. I just think that Ertz has the better quarterback. We can both agree with that. Right now.
Let's look at fantasy points the last 5 weeks.
What's
16.8,
11.4,
22.8,
17.4,
11.3,
14.8,
Okay.
15.1,
13.8, 20.9, 20.3.
Then he had a 0.6. He's just more consistent, I think. The 5, the 0.6, the 11.3. I just think that Ertz is more consistent. Plus, this could be a blowout. The Dallas
because
Cowboys,
of Kelce.
right? But I think Hunt's the play in Kansas City today.
Once it's a blowout.
Well, I think West could come in at that point.
Yeah, but I just think
this
is a blowout because of Kelce.
I think Sunday Night Football, Cowboys going to get them.
You can't guard him.
I think you could go either
He's
way.
6'6".
But I think Ertz is the play today.
Okay. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I would play Ertz, but
Over Kelsey?
no, absolutely not.
Second bet of the day?
I would say the $500.
Second bet of the day?
Sure, second bet of the day.
What was our first bet?
Inman and Macklin.
No, it was Macklin and Parker.
Macklin and Parker.
All right, let's do it. Ertz Kelsey?
Ertz Kelce.
Ertz Kelsey. Oh.
Then I'm playing Gronk.
I think I'm going to be undefeated
I'm playing
today.
Gronk because
Oh, wow.
Oakland, 3rd worst against tight ends, and it's the best tight end in all of football in the last 10 years.
Yeah, there's not...
I don't think there's anything to it. I wouldn't second guess this. I wouldn't try to go any different. I would go Ertz, Kelce, Gronk. There's really nothing else to do.
Everyone's going to do the same thing. Everyone's going to do that.
I have a sleeper.
For me, it's the sleeper. It's Vernon Davis for the Redskins.
Not mine.
As I said earlier about the Saints and Redskins, it's going to be a shootout. I really believe that. I think the Redskins play up to their potential, play up to good teams. There's no... Crowder, he's kind of injured. Pryor's out for the game today. He's out for probably the rest of the season. I heard that. Doxson's not been playing. He doesn't score the ball a lot. I think Davis scores today, and I think he could score twice. Because
Really?
he gets out.
Has he even scored this year?
He scored 1 touchdown this year. I think he has 2
bold.
today. 2 touchdowns today. He's Kirk's favorite target. He gets wide open in the open field. There's no one there.
Okay.
He's fast. I think in the red zone he's definitely a target besides Doxson.
Okay.
I just think the Redskins score at least 3-4 touchdowns today. And I just don't think anyone else can do it. I think Chris Thompson's okay. He hasn't been playing well lately. People figured it out. Crowder doesn't score much. I just think Vernon Davis is a guy that's getting you 70 receiving yards probably.
Okay.
So that's 7 points. I think he scores. He's a guy that's going to get you about 13, 14 fantasy points if you don't want to pay for those other guys. Because other guys could put about 12, 13 and you're down about $3,000. So it's about $3,000 less than Kelce and Ertz and all them. I just think that Vernon Davis is a very consistent tight end, and I like him today. I like him a lot.
Okay. So I'm going to go to my sleeper tight end. And most people probably won't play it because they're playing a defense that has been renowned as a great defense. Okay? I'm going for Tyler Kroft. against Denver Broncos.
Bad game last week.
Okay. Exactly. I'm looking at a nice 1.2% owned. Okay. Denver is the second worst defense against tight ends. Okay. And against wide receivers, they are one of the best. They are the third best against wide receivers. Okay. So I think it's a heavy Tyler Kroft day. That's why, and he costs what, $5,300. Okay. That's a big discount from what we were talking about for Ertz and Kelsey, and I just think Vernon Davis, and you just pulled it up. And I was gonna say it. It's a Joe Mixon, Tyler Kroft day.
Yeah, Mixon.
Okay, I'm not playing AJ Green.
No.
Not playing Brandon LaFell.
And people are gonna
be
Kroft. People are gonna be faded by that sixth rush defense, but I think it's gonna be exploded today.
That's why ninth in the past two, right?
I think Mixon exploits that defense today.
I was looking at him earlier, but
he scares me because of the defense. That's the thing. But
I'm pretty sure lately, let me look, last few games.
Mixon's gone over 10 the last 5 games. He's scored.
Denver Broncos are the second worst defense against running backs in the last 4 weeks.
Mixon scored twice in the last 2 games. I think he gets a touchdown today.
He could, yeah, absolutely. Denver's second worst against running backs in the last 3-4 games. They're definitely exploitable right now. Just not at wide receiver, I don't think. I think they're going to focus on AJ Green. And that middle of the field is going to be wide open for Tyler Kroft. Some screen passes for Joe Mixon. So I think that's where the heavy Bengals offense goes to today.
You want to skip kickers, go to defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think kickers are pretty chalk today.
Zerline. Yeah.
I'm going Zerline, Elliott, Bucker, Forbath, stuff like that.
Gostkowski, yeah. I don't know. Let's go defense. We both like Jacksonville. I mean, everyone's going to. They're going to get you 20 points. And
I think they might get 30 today.
I don't know. It's hard to do that.
28-pointer right there, that could happen again today.
For me, I've always talked about it. Defense is huge.
Huge.
You're not cashing without a good defense.
Like, people don't think about it as a player.
No. They
think of like, oh, it's just the defense because it costs a
I'll tell you something right now. Defense is the second player that I put in. I do quarterback and then defense, and then fill in.
They can, like, if your defense gets you 5 points, that's a player getting you 5 points.
Yes.
And people don't really think about it like that. Like, you need that spot to get you 15 to 20.
Yeah. For me today...
And there's only one defense that does it.
Yeah. For me today, I make a lineup, Wentz, Jacksonville, fill in.
Yeah.
That's me today. Wentz, Jacksonville, fill in the rest. Jacksonville's the best defense in the league. They're going to put up 25 points. That's 25 points for a receiver. Switch it to defense.
And to be honest, I don't think there's anywhere else I'm playing.
No.
Maybe Kansas City.
The only other defense I'm going to look at is our bet.
I don't like it.
Detroit Lions.
It's too expensive for me.
This is why I do it. Because the Detroit Lions play good against the Bears. It might be a close game, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring for the Bears. I think the Lions exploit them today. The defense is going to play very well. They played well against Cleveland last week, but Cleveland's not very good. They had 14 fantasy points. This is what I'm looking at.
That's what scares me. They give 24 points to Cleveland Browns.
This is what I'm looking at today. I'm looking at how they played against New Orleans. And they played very well.
They gave up 34 points.
But they had turnovers. They're a turnover team.
Okay.
I think the Bears... Trubisky's a great quarterback. I think he's going to be good years to come, but not right now. Mm-hmm. Howard's having a terrible year. I think the Lions can force...
Howard's picked it up lately.
I think the Lions force fumbles. They're going to pick off Trubisky at least once. And I don't think they score a lot. So I think it's going to be heavy defense to them today. They're going to get you about 15 fantasy points.
I just don't think it's worth paying $800 lower. I'm staying at Jags KC. That's all I'm going to play today. I'm not playing anything lower than that. I thought about the Bears defense earlier because of the price point, and I liked the Bears today. But there's a part of me that thinks it could be like a 34-28 game. So I don't really like that part of it. So I'm sticking with Jags and KC.
Let me ask you a question. Chargers.
I thought about it because I hate Nathan Petterman.
Right.
I hate it. But I think McCoy runs for 200 yards.
Yeah.
I could have 2 touchdowns, so I'm not a big fan of it. And I think Phil Rivers could turn over the ball, which could put their defense in bad positions.
Yeah.
So I'm not a huge fan.
I don't know.
So I'm just going to stick with Jacksonville.
For me, it's a hit or miss on Peterman. So if he's not going to play well, I think the team just is going to be destroyed. Okay. So I think the Chargers could be good play.
See, I would rather pay the Chargers defense over Detroit's defense.
I wouldn't do that because I don't know. Because
I trust Mitchell Trubisky more than Nathan Petterman.
I don't know. But I like the Chargers.
And my boy Dontrell Inman, of course.
I don't understand with Dontrell Inman.
Yep. He's been on my fantasy team for 6 weeks since he got traded.
I mean, I don't know.
Been waiting for it.
So, fave plays of the day. Go ahead.
Fave plays. My fave plays are what we talked about earlier, Melvin Gordon. Okay, there's really not much else I can say. Buffalo Bills are the worst team in the league against running backs. In the last 3 weeks, they've given up 38.3 fantasy points per game to running backs. 38.3 fantasy points. So if you split that up with usage and running backs for the Chargers today, it's going to be like, what, 90% Melvin Gordon?
Yeah, probably.
I will take 32 fantasy points out of Melvin Gordon today. Okay? Overall, I know 33 games is a small sample. Okay? So I'll go the whole season. 22.4 fantasy points. I will take 22.4 fantasy points out of Melvin Gordon today. And that's just unreal to me. And at his price point, he's like, what, the 6th, 7th
I like him.
price point for running backs?
It could be heavy McCoy Gordon in that game.
Yep. And you just said it, McCoy. I think he's my other favorite play. I think he's really low owned. I think everyone's going to play up for Kareem Hunt, Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
And then my other favorite play, I guess like my wide receivers I'm paying such mid tier.
Right.
I love Crabtree. I love Parker. Yeah. But my favorite play at wide receiver, I've said it like 6 times in the last 3 minutes. Dontrell Inman.
Okay, I mean...
4,900.
It pans out, you're cashing.
I'm cashing. You heard that. If you play him, you're going to cash, okay? He's going to get 10 targets today. There's no one else to target.
Yeah. For me, my top players, I talked about it, it's Wentz, Jaguars defense.
Yeah,
Definitely going to chalk those guys. I think Wentz and Ertz, Ertz isn't necessarily my favorite play because I like Davis a lot as well. But I think Wentz and Ertz connect. I think they get 2 touchdowns together.
2 touchdowns.
Together. Ertz is going to score twice.
Alshon.
So I like Wentz and Ertz combined. I love Kareem Hunt. You know, you talked about Gordon and McCoy. I'm going to pay up for Hunt a little bit more.
Okay.
I think Hunt is playing a worse defense, and I think Hunt exploits that defense. I think it's about 2 touchdowns, 200 scrimmage yards I talked about earlier. I like Hunt. I love Hopkins. Hopkins is the best wide receiver on the slate. He's the most consistent wide receiver on the slate. So if you're playing for guys that are lower, they might get you 5 or 10 points, but Hopkins is getting you 17. Maybe 20. He's going to score. I talked about Savage is getting a little better. He's got a couple games under his belt. I think he plays a little better today. And you like Inman. I like Jerry Macklin.
Okay.
I mean, Macklin's the only guy there. I think the Ravens play from behind. Flacco's going to have a pretty good day today. I don't love him, but he throws too many interceptions. But I think Flacco hits Macklin for about a touchdown, 100 receiving yards.
Okay.
Good for $6,000.
I do have a question for you.
So,
I meant to ask it earlier. The Rams. Pick a wide receiver. I feel like this is a question we have to have every week.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes you look at Cooper Kupp. Beginning of the season, yes. Cooper Kupp was great. But for me, it's different. Robert Woods is the guy. I don't love him today because I think that he could hit Cooper Kupp. I think he hits Gurley for a touchdown. But I think Woods, you could play today. I mean, he's under $7,000. So I think he does score. He's definitely going to score today because I think Goff has a pretty good day. I talked about it earlier. They're going to score 40 points. I think Goff, Gurley, all those guys are going to play well. But yeah, I think Robert Woods is definitely the guy in the Rams. I think for the future as well. I think Woods could be a very good receiver in years to come.
Okay,
I don't love Cooper
so I like Cooper Kupp today.
You do.
And I'll tell you why. So I'm looking at the Vikings box scores. Okay, that's what the Rams are playing today. And if you look at the leading receiver every week for the opposing team, okay, it's someone who is a slot receiver or does most of their time in the middle of the field. Okay? Who's a slot receiver for the Rams?
I think Cooper Kupp is.
Damn right he is. Okay? I'm seeing 7 receptions, 65 yards, and a touchdown from the 15-yard line. Just a little... Oh, that's a touchdown right there. Okay? That's what, like 17 fantasy points?
Right. Yeah.
I think it's right there.
Third bet of the day, guys. Woods, Kupp.
I'm going Kupp.
I got Woods. So
It's going to be freaking Watkins.
So we got Macklin. I got Macklin. He's got Devontae Parker. I've got Robert
Lions.
Woods. I got the Lions. You got the Bears. And I got Robert Woods.
I got Cooper Kupp.
And I got Zach Ertz. And he has Travis Kelce.
Yep.
4 bets today. See what happens.
Yep, see what happens.
I'll make it a 5th bet to make it winner goes home. Who do you like?
What's your question?
Let's do, want to do quarterbacks?
Let's do sleeper quarterbacks.
Sleeper quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing today
Who you
because
got?
try to pay up a running back.
Who you got?
I'm gonna. You go first. I gotta figure. I got two sleepers in the same game.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford. Just to top it off with my Lions bet. I love Stafford today because I think he's got two guys that are
Is it
bigger.
really a sleeper though?
I mean, if you want to go sleeper, I'm gonna go Peterman.
Go Peterman.
I'm gonna go Peterman actually. I love Stafford though. I'm not gonna say I don't like Stafford. I like Stafford, but I talked about Peterman a lot today. I like him. He's a guy that they're gonna bring in. I think he leads this team. Maybe not the playoffs, but in the right direction for the future. I don't think Tyler Taylor's gonna be here next year. I think Peterman plays well today. He came in last week, played well. He gets about 3 touchdowns today. I think the Bills win this game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with.
And I think he hits McCoy for a touchdown as well. So I like McCoy to get a receiving touchdown from Peterman today.
I'm gonna go Jay Cutler.
Wow, Jay
Jay Cutler, my sleeper of the day.
Because you like
Ready here first. 3
Devontae
touchdowns.
Parker? Go ahead.
3 touchdowns. You got Julius Thomas, you got Devontae Parker, you got Jarvis Landry, you got Drake and David Williams in the backfield. And Tampa Bay is top 10 worst against quarterbacks, and they are the 4th worst against wide receivers. Okay, so I think Jay Cutler could have a huge day. I think it could be like a nice 280 passing yards, 3-4 touchdowns, probably a pick. It's just the way Jay Cutler rolls. But I think it's going to be a big day for Jay Cutler and the Dolphins.
I mean, I don't know.
Not saying I don't like Fitzpatrick. I love playing
yeah.
Fitzpatrick. But I just think Jay Cutler outplays him today.
All right, Peterman and Cutler.
All right.
I just think Peterman's gonna have a great day.
Okay.
So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit a thumbs up. Subscribe below.
Share with your friends.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter, DFS Answer Key. We do NBA as well. Probably be back for NBA tomorrow. All right, guys. Good luck.